When I'm training for professional competitions, men and women always ask me for advice. To women, I say push yourself harder than you ever have before and go beyond your comfort zone. Focus on your goals. Men, if I am willing to push myself to become Mr. Olympia in 2022, then I only have one thing to say to you. Bring your A game.
Here we go again.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey! Hey everybody! Hopefully everybody's doing well. Everyone is doing okay, I would hope. I'm so excited because Saturday is the move day. Oh man, and this packing has been like, seriously. I wish I could show you, but it just looks so crazy. Like, the apartment looks so crazy. That's one reason why I'm real ready to move. I'm tired of living out of boxes and living in a dirty apartment. Like when you move, it be dirty. That's how I equate it to dirt. I know it's moving. I know it's boxes. Blah blah blah. My apartment be looking not lived in. You know what I mean? Like, I like to keep stuff that kind of clean. When you walk in and like, somebody live in here? But they gotta live in here because it's furniture. But it's like, but today we are talking about why modern women do not like men with standards. They hate standards, especially when they're trying to date and the men actually have a standard. So we're gonna talk about why these modern women really hate that. Because the standard equals out to a requirement. Okay? When they get with men, the men aren't supposed to have a standard. Let's just be frank about the men aren't supposed to have a standard. Men in today's society not supposed to have a standard. Because when you have a standard, that means you're supposed to have value. But men in this society do not have value. And they're not supposed to have value. And they're not supposed to want value. And they're not supposed to get value. Like, value and men don't go together in this society at all. Go ahead and get the likes up. I got 156 people, 92 likes. Come on, bam, 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 bam. You gotta get the likes up. Bam, bam. You gotta So come on, come on, come on. Okay, so the first reason why modern women do not like, or they rather they hate men with standards, they really do, because they want certain types of men, a so-called high value man. Like, they want that man, right? But then they don't want the things that come with that man. They want everything else. They want the benefit of being with the man. Let's just break it down. They want the benefit of being with such men, but they don't want to do the work that it actually takes to be with those men. And they don't even agree that there should be work that it takes to be with those men. They think that it shouldn't be no work. This is why you get erroneous statements like, I am the table, that type of stupid stuff. But anyway, let's go over the first reason. Like I said, there's a requirement of her. Okay? She must actually do things. There are actions. She must do things. She must make changes. She must make modifications. She needs to alter things about herself to meet his standard, and she hates this. The very idea is distasteful and goes against what she's learned about participation trophies and men needing to accept women as they are. And see, here is an underlying thing that we was taught even as Gen X girls. This is kind of where that foolishness really took off, because it was ingrained in us so much that men only want your sex. And what does every woman come equipped with? No matter what she look like, no matter what she acts like, no matter what she does with her life or doesn't do with her life, we've been ingrained, and we've ingrained in the generations coming after us to the girls, that men are only 100% interested in sex. That's it, that's all. They don't care about who you are. Men aren't interested in what kind of woman you are or what kind of girl you are. Men aren't interested in your personality. Men aren't interested in your interests. Like, it doesn't pay. We were basically taught that it doesn't pay, it doesn't benefit us to develop ourselves as people, to have interests and hobbies and things that we do. The only benefit, the only thing men are ever looking for is your sex. They're not looking for none of that other stuff. So you having that other stuff, you basically just wasted your time. You basically wasted your time. You wasted everybody's time trying to be valuable. But you don't have a value in men's eyes. The only value that any female could ever have is her sex. That is what we was taught. That's what we grew up with. And that's why you see from Gen X on down, women only cultivating their sex appeal, only going after their sex appeal. So if we were taught that, and that has been ingrained in us generation after generation, then the following thought is that he needs to accept us for who we are, whoever we are. Even if we're a piece of crap as a woman, he needs to accept us for who we are. Period. Doesn't matter if we're manipulative. It doesn't matter if we're bad people, if we're untrustworthy people, if we're liars or whatever the case may be. Then it don't matter what it is. So when we meet a man that actually has requirements, what that does is that starts bringing up all the stuff she didn't work on. I got 241 people. I got 159 likes. Hit the like if you know you didn't, please. That really helps me with the algorithm. Okay? So the requirement actually brings into the forefront and into the focus what she has not been working on, what she has not been paying any attention to. Okay? He's having the standards, essentially what amounts to, especially for modern women, it amounts to femininity. The other part of it is she's intimidated because she doesn't think she can adapt or knows that she'll have to fake what amounts to her femininity, and she'll have to fake liking it. She'll have to fake liking being a more traditional woman. Okay? So this is multi-layered. She's intimidated by the man with standards because he has them. Because he's saying, in order to be with me and in order to benefit from me, you have to meet, you got to come up here, because I refuse to be of benefit, especially in this close proximity, intimate way with a woman that doesn't meet the standards. So if you're unable to meet the standards, you have to stay over there. But if you can meet them, if you're not quite already at those standards, you're gonna have to do some work to meet the standard. Now she gets intimidated by this because she doesn't think she can. This is how you run these chicks off. Okay? This is why the vetting process is so important. This is why the 4 T's is so important. Because if you are a man of standards, then you have something to vet with. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you have some type of standard as a man, and I'm briefly talking to the brothers right now, if you have some type of standard as a man, you know for a fact you can't be giving no woman these 4 things without a requirement from her. See, that's the other actual definition of a simp. See, let me talk about the simp for a minute, because too many times in this space, the word simp get thrown around in a way that it doesn't fit. Because it's not a simp that loves the woman. Men loving women is not simping in and of itself. Okay? A man who has a wife that loves his wife isn't automatically simping for his wife. Okay? So we need to kind of exercise that out of our understanding of what a simp is. A simp is not a man that likes women, that loves his woman. And him being of a benefit to her is not simping to her. Okay? A simp is a man that gives his 4 P's to a woman that he has not vetted with the 4 T's, so therefore he does not know whether or not she's worthy of his provision, his problem solving, his protection, and his procreation. That's what a simp is. He's just giving parts of himself away to whatever woman. He ain't vetted her. He don't know what this woman is about. He doesn't know how this woman really is. He don't know what kind of trouble this woman gonna bring to his life. He don't know none of that. He just running around here like a chicken with his head cut off, giving away his provision, giving away his problem solving, giving away his protection, and giving away his procreation like he ain't got nothing to do. And meanwhile, this woman is a whole scallywag. Do you understand what I'm saying? This woman running around here, a whole bald head scallywag. Bald head scallywag. Your head don't touch your back. You see what I'm saying? She running around one of these. But here he done already entered into giving her all of this stuff that she has not earned. She has not done anything that should tell him that he should give her those 4 P's or continue to give them to her. And see, the simp, the reason that the simp does that is because he doesn't have a standard. He's looking for her to present a standard. That's what I talked about when I talked about Ahab and Jezebel. The Ahab spirit is the original simp spirit because he did not hold Jezebel to a standard. She held him to her standard. He got on her program. She didn't get on his. That is the basis of the simp spirit. Okay? As my good sister Danica would say, a simp lollipoppy. You will hold lick. You will hold sucker. Okay? That's that simp spirit. She has done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Her walking in being cute. Okay? Let me break this down. Her walking in and call herself, that's not earning nothing. She's supposed to do that. Y'all don't hear me. Her walking in, being extra cute, that ain't about nothing. She's supposed to do that. That's part of being a woman and femininity. You're supposed to step somewhere and be cute. I wish I would go somewhere and I ain't cute. Huh. You understand that? Better knock it off. When I go places, she cute when she go. I don't care if she wearing jeans, skirts, shell toe Adidas, or Jimmy Choos. I don't care. Okay? I don't care if it's summertime. I don't care if it's the Chicago Hawk. Do you understand me? I roll in the Hawk. Cute. My coat fire. My shoes is fire. Everything. Okay? That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm a woman. That is not earning nothing. And too many modern women believe that that's all she gotta do to get something out of a man. And the reality is that's all that she has had to do. Thank you, D Nice, for kicking it off and giving me a little something. Said salute to your work, Kendra. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. Y'all don't be shy to hit the super chat button. Don't be shy. Too many modern women, that's all that she has had to do is go somewhere, be a little cute, flash a smile here and there, flash some skin here and there, and it'll be some Ahab spirited simp that'll feel like she's owed something just because she entered the space. No. And because she has not had to be, no man has required anything of her, that's why she feel like when she get to a man that actually has value, he has standards. And then when he starts presenting standards, okay, yeah, you fine. You sure are. That's why I'm even talking to you, because you fine. That got you over here. That got me looking. That got me talking. But listen, let me tell you something, beloved. You're going to have to come through with more than that pretty little face and that little bitty waist. You cute in the face and little in the waist. I'm down. I'm so down. Thank you, Queenie. So I love you, sis. Keep dropping these heavy gems. Thank you so much, sweetie. Oh, I'm down. I got 370 likes. I got 200 and, I'm sorry. I have 373 people watching me and 282 likes. Thank you, Shay. Said Ahab spirit. They got that Ahab spirit. They running around here with that Ahab spirit. Thank you, Shay. So when he gets to talking about, well, this is what you got to do. If you want to be with me, you, Trayvon. If you want to be with me, you got to do something. And then she get dumbfounded. What you mean, do something? She's offended at the very thought. Okay? She's offended at the very thought of having to do anything. Or, here's the other thing. Thank you again, Shay. Here's the other thing. She'll do it, but she gonna fake it. Megan Good. Megan Good. Megan Good. He had some standards. Now I know I played a clip where he said he came off of some of the standards. Thank you, Philip. He came off of some of the standards, and I hear that. I ain't got no choice but to believe him that his standards, he said, he came down off of them. And that's why you never come down. That's why you never come down from your standards. Because they get the faking when they feel like they can kind of get you to back down on some of these standards. Megan Good is the perfect example of he has standards. I know I'm not qualified to be with this man, but this is a golden opportunity. I really need to be with a man like this. And she called herself, was doing anything she could to be with this man. So she faked coming up to his standard. She faked not smoking the cigarettes. She faked, thank you, my life. She faked all this stuff. She faked interest in the church, interest in the fact that he was a pastor, doing things that made her be relevant and be, what's the word I'm looking for? To really be immersed in the type of life that he was immersed in by being the first lady. You know, all of the things that you do, community work, council work, you know, doing all of these things. She faked it. Megan faked it for 9 years. Thank you, Eugene. So these GMFs believe that only their good looks and their sexual abilities make them entitled. Yes. So she faked it. She faked it until she couldn't do it anymore, because she never did the internal work to become that woman. This is the crux of the matter. This is why modern women don't like the standard, because they know either they gonna have to back off this man and lose the opportunity to be with him, or she's gonna have to fake it. And the reason why they go into faking it is because she don't want to do the work that it takes to actually become the woman that he's talking about, that he's telling her he wants in his life. She's not confident that she can actually do that work. She's actually afraid of that work because she ain't never done that work. Remember, these are women that have grown up being told that men only want their sex. She's only grown up being told that men want the transaction. He don't want the rest of you. He's not interested in what's in your head. He's not interested in what's in your heart. He's only interested in the outer package, that it look, you know what I'm saying, the way he wanted to look so he could be physically and sexually attracted, and he wants your sex game to be good. And that's all that he want. After that, men could care less about what women are doing and who women are and all this kind of stuff, because he doesn't want to have conversations with you. He just want to bang you. And we get that mindset even within the confines when we think about marriages. That's still low-key the undergirding of the thought pattern. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the undergirding of the thought pattern. So if she can't fake it, what she'll do is she'll project the insecurity onto the man. This is where we get, oh, he can't handle no strong woman. That's a projection. She can't handle a strong man. Because women aren't even supposed to be strong. We're powerful. Power is feminine. Strength is masculine. Okay? So she'll start projecting. Oh, he can't handle me. I was too opinionated. I was too strong-willed. I was too strong of a woman. Okay? That is a deflection. That is a projection onto him with what she's feeling. Thank you, Bakulu. We're about at the halfway mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit this commercial break. I have 445 people watching me. I have 374 likes. Can I get the likes up? Thank you, My Life Again. Thank you, Wiggy Wheel. So his tears are because he was disappointed in himself more than anything. Deep down, he knew better not to compromise his requirements for a while. Exactly. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna hit a commercial break, and then we'll be right back. And we're gonna talk about the expectations. Be right back.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Okay, so we back. Let's go ahead and continue. So the other part of this, we're going to drill down a little more. The other part of this is the expectation. But there's another side to expectation. Expectation is one side of the coin. Does anybody know what the other side of that coin is? Does anybody know what the other side of expectation is? You may not know. Disappointment. Thank you. Deshaun and BK got it. The other side of expectation is disappointment. Let me tell you how this relates. And this is another really, really key reason why modern women hate men with standards. Because expectation and disappointment, they are issues that she thinks only go one way, meaning she gets to put expectations on him, which therefore gives her the right to be disappointed when he does not fulfill that expectation in one way or another. Okay? She doesn't like the standard because it automatically creates the expectation. It creates it. If a man has a standard that you are going to not gain a ridiculous amount of weight as the years go by, right? Now, he ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, you can't fluctuate 5-10 pounds. He ain't saying that. We're not talking about extremes. But we talking about if y'all together 10 years, he don't want to see a 60 pound weight gain. He don't want to see that. Even if you got kids, he don't want to see that. If you get kids, you get pregnant, yeah, you gain weight. You know what I'm saying? You have your baby, you nurse your baby, you take care of your baby. Hit the gym again. Because once all of that heal up, you can do squats again. Thank you, Miss Danica. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I was just talking about you before and these simp lollipoppies. Much love to you too, sweetheart. Okay? If he with you 5 or 10 years, he don't want to see a 50 or 60 pound weight gain just because. Okay? That's a standard. I like my women fit. I don't like them overweight. So now that's a standard. Now it creates the expectation, because what come along with that? You're expected to eat right. You're expected to exercise regularly. You are expected to feed him the food that he eating, that you eating, that's supposed to be healthy. Okay? He expects you to either keep up a gym membership, or if y'all got a gym at the house, or if you watching YouTube videos, he don't care how you get it in. He don't care how you get it in. Okay? Most men don't care how you do it. They just want it done. Okay? The standard is he wants you wearing your natural hair. He don't like all them lace fronts, all them sew-ins. Okay? He don't like all of that. Every once and again, you can get away with some twister braids or something like that. But that constant, you got a lace front on, you in the bathroom 4 hours tacking down a lace wig. He ain't trying to hear all that. Thank you, JS. He ain't trying to hear all of that. Okay? Because if this man is a man with standards, he most likely got some money in his pocket. And if he got some money in his pocket, he can afford to have you go to a hairdresser, a beautician. But most of y'all have some money. Most of y'all call yourself got money, so you should have your own beautician, right? You already, you know what I'm saying, getting lace fronts done and sew-ins done. So spend your money. Since you don't want your money to go to no bills and all that kind of stuff, then your money should go to the upkeep that he expects you to have. So we're not going to keep going down the line of the expectation, but you get what I'm saying. The standards. He want the house clean. And I'm just naming real basic one-on-one. These is not even no high-level stuff I'm talking about. Yeah, modern women think it's high level, but this is not high level. This is the lowest basic stuff that you could possibly ever do, because aren't you doing this stuff for you? Miss Sherry, girl, she says easier to steal the wigs from a black-owned beauty supply store. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Ronan, you can do the Kanye workout plan. Kanye workout plan. Go ahead and put it on. I actually do exercise to that. Quick, you know what I'm saying? Tangent. I do exercise to Kanye's workout plan. I will put it in my headphones. Okay? And I work out to Rocky music. Rocky soundtracks. Not Eye of the Tiger either. It's the other one. I work out to that. Yeah, I'll just put that on repeat when I be having them kettlebells, okay? And you don't want to do that 30th squat, okay? When you about tired of that 15-pound kettlebell, when you about sick of that, yeah. When you just want to take that resistance band and burn it, that's when I have to put on Rocky music. But getting back to the expectation. She doesn't like the standard because if she doesn't live up to it, she'll feel like a failure. And if she doesn't meet the standard and feels like a failure, she failed to meet the standard, then she failed to meet the expectation, which leads to his disappointment in her. Devon Mitchell, don't you mention them burpees, and don't you come in my chat room blaspheming, talking about no burpees. Don't you blaspheme in here. Don't you blaspheme in here. Burpees. I hate burpees. Now they extra effective. That's the problem. The problem with burpees is that they're effective. If you do 100 burpees, if you do 30 burpees a day, nothing else, 30 burpees every day, don't do nothing else, and then increase it as the burpees get easier, that's a workout. You're gonna see some results. If you eating right, you're gonna see some results. Now, she doesn't like the standard because if she doesn't live up to the standard, she failed to meet it, which also means she failed to meet the expectation, which leads to his disappointment in her. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you really want to know why this is a severe issue for modern women. Here's why it's an issue. Because in today's society, men are not allowed to be disappointed in the modern woman. Men are not allowed to be disappointed in the modern woman. Bet you didn't quite think about that one. Thank you, 39 Dina. She's not allowed. He's not allowed. And the reason he's not allowed to be disappointed in her is because if she's the prize and he's lucky to have her, how can he be disappointed? If she's the prize and he's lucky to have her, then how could he be disappointed in the prize? That's why they so invested in being the prize. Because if I'm the prize, you can't have an expectation of me. You can't have a standard for me. You have to meet the standard to get me, not the other way around. She want to be the prize because she's trying to be the trophy. What does a modern woman and a trophy have in common? You have to work for them. That's why she's so invested in being the prize. Being the trophy, the thing that you win. Because the Lombardi trophy that football teams win at the Super Bowl doesn't do anything. It's just the trophy. It doesn't do anything. The team has to earn it. It does not earn a team. Thank you, David Israel. The Lombardi trophy don't earn no team. What you call the trophy that baseball get, the World Series trophy or whatever. Any prize, any trophy that you win, you have to work for that trophy. The trophy doesn't have anything to prove. The prize doesn't have anything to prove. Prize has nothing to prove. You had to prove something in order to obtain the prize. Thank you again, Eugene says simp is willing to pay the price for the prize. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Dutorian. That's why he a simp. Because he will pay for a woman that does not earn. Okay? He'll pay for a woman that doesn't earn anything from him. Now, the reason why she wants to avoid the standard and the expectation is so that she can never be wrong. If the man don't have no expectation of her, if she present herself in such a way where he can't expect nothing from her because she didn't promise to give him nothing, he can't never be disappointed and she can never be wrong. You understand the correlation between the two? If there is no standard and expectation of her, then he can never be disappointed and she can never be wrong. Can I get 500 likes? I got 521 people, 487 likes. Can I get the 500, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if she can never be wrong, she can always remain in potential victimhood status as a card she can always play. That's why when you hear these modern women talk about their relationships, it's always the man's fault. It's always something he did. Because she didn't promise him nothing. She didn't tell him she was going to do nothing. He the one that she placed all the expectations on him. So he's able to disappoint her. And at any time she can say that he didn't live up to the expectation and he disappointed her. And that's why she left. The other issue, let's keep drilling down. If he has and enforces standards, then this says that he sees himself. Thank you again, Philip. Off subject, your workout is working hard. Thank you so much. I'm hoping it work faster. I need it to work faster. But thank you so much, sweetheart. If he has and enforces standards, then this means that he sees himself as inherently valuable, which is problematic in this society. And it's problematic in this society because men are not supposed to have, like I said earlier, or view themselves as valuable, or else, thank you, David, or else he's conceited. And what is the favorite word that modern women like to throw around when men have standards? It starts with an N. If he enforces standards, what does he become? I get shared. Y'all share the stream. Thank you, E14 Media. Go ahead and share the screen. The screen. Share the stream. He's a narcissist. Exactly. If a man has and enforces standards and boundaries because he recognizes his own internal inherent value as a man, he's a narc. He was just narcissistic, toxic. Arrogant is the other one, Dorian. He's seen as two other things that they like. Thank you, Nicole. He's controlling. And he's abusive. If she fails to meet his standard, he stick to his standard and he does not come off of that, then he is viewed as a heartless monster that makes her feel unworthy. The feelings of unworthiness crop up as her insecurities when the standards are presented to her. This is the internal work she does not do, and it comes to the forefront. If she refuses to work on them, she loses the man, which makes her feel like a failure again. The other part of it, the man with standards has what? It starts with a C. The man with standards has something else that she wants to have in the relationship. Starts with a C. What is it? Nicole got it again. Control. A man with boundaries and standards has control. He is the one in control. In control of what? His own boundaries, his personal space. He's in control of who he wants to benefit, who he doesn't want to benefit. He's in control of who he has relationships with, who he doesn't have relationships with. He's in control of the women that he sees as valuable and having them around him or not having them around him. He is in control. Furthermore, it makes him in control of the relationship. She don't like that. The loss of the control is at the root of why she doesn't like the standard, because she realizes she can't control him. She also realizes she can't control herself. I repeat it. Loss of control is at the root of every issue she has with men with standards, because not only is she unable to control him, the fact that he brought up standards that she couldn't meet makes her understand she couldn't control herself either. She's out of control. And she can't bring herself back into control because that takes the internal work to bring herself to control them demons that she got. So question, how do modern women get around this? How do they get around their hatred for standards? Y'all want to know the answer to that? How do modern women get around their get around hating these men with standards? They really hate the standards. She don't. Modern women can't get away from it. She doesn't get around hating the men with standards. And the reason why I'm saying that is because as long as she is a modern woman who is ultimately stuck in the lost value system, she can't overcome the obstacle. Because standards are within the internal values. Standards are within the internal values, specifically the spiritual value. Standard is in the spiritual value because standards come from principles. So as long as she gonna be part of the lost value system, she ain't gonna never like them standards because she's never going to do anything that brings her here. She's not gonna do anything that brings her here. She's not gonna work on personal value or belonging value or friendship value to get to marriage value. The only thing she work on is sexual value, and that's low. This is why I drill down the way that I do. There are a lot of things happening in this world. And you're going to be a victim of all of them, modern women. You're going to be a victim of all the things that's happening in this world right now. Because you cannot control the self. You don't have self-discipline. You don't have self-control. Most of y'all don't even have the discipline to not eat, McDonald's McFlurries 10 minutes before you go to bed. Thank you, Y Skinner. Most of y'all don't even got that type of control or discipline. Y'all can't even control how much y'all eating. That's why a lot of y'all big. And when somebody say you big, instead of getting small, y'all came up with body positivity. When a man that's more than worthy come to you and say, I don't mind being with you, but there are certain standards that you have to meet, instead of buckling down and having a self-discipline to meet the standard, you will say he's a controlling, abusive narcissist and walk away. To try to justify to yourself why you weren't able to meet what usually are simple standards. The men just want you to be feminine. They want you to be a woman. Y'all got too many excuses. And excuses in my book is the hallmark of a failure. Thank you, 39 Dina. Accept me as I am, because you don't want to do no work, do no changes. I'm glad y'all came through today. I'm going to try to make sure that you guys can get videos over the weekend. There won't be a live stream tomorrow because I actually have to break this studio down, and I can't do it after the live stream. It's just too late. I have to break this studio down. It's a lot. I'm gonna try to be available for a live stream Monday, but I have to see about that because the move is Saturday, settling in Sunday. Like, I'll have internet access, but I may not have my setup. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so that you know, and I'll put it on my community tab as a reminder. Okay? So that you guys aren't just trying to figure out. I want to make sure y'all have some content at least over the weekend. Okay? So this show was brought to you by A-Game. 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 Okay, A-Game is a male herbal solution with 21 wonderful herbs and no artificial ingredients. So if you want to be on your A-Game, fellas and ladies, if you got men in your life that you want on their A-Game, I made it super simple because all you have to do is click on the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com, and get your 10% discount using the code Kendra10. I want you guys to go ahead and just click that link, and then you can have this box of awesomeness sent to you ASAP. Okay, I want to thank everyone for coming through with their contributions, with their likes, with their time. Okay, and a special thanks to my team, for which the success of this channel and this channel in general would not be what it was without them. So thank you so much. I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.